Hey, Christopher.
Roger Wayne.
I found a new saloon for us to go to.
Which saloon might that be?
The High Noon Saloon. If you're in for a beer drinking, gun toting kind of place, you have found the right one.
I've heard rumors about the High Noon Saloon, and I heard that if you came looking for a fight, that's the right place.
Guys, SlugFestGames.com/ETG for more.
And whether you're a guy in a cape
or a rogue who is sneaky,
join Chris and Roger
as we make a horror movie on Entertain the Geeky.
Guys, what's going on?
What up, Chris?
How are you, Roger?
All right, we're making a horror movie.
We're making a horror
movie. We're making
movie.
a scary movie.
A spooky one.
It's going to be scary.
We're going to walk you guys through it.
All right, so what type of horror movie do you want to make?
I want one where we don't know who is killing for half of the movie.
Okay, so you want to make a slasher movie?
Doesn't
See, because horror goes so many different ways.
I guess there are so many different ways. Okay.
Like
not necessarily slasher. Murder mystery.
Is that really horror?
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Murder mystery. There's an unseen force plaguing this place.
Such as?
We don't know.
Okay.
Not yet. Okay. We're going to walk through it. That's what I've got this second.
That's where your mind went straight. All right, so big city, small town.
Let's call it a suburb.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Cast of characters. Let's start there. Are we doing the stereotypical teenager?
No.
Are we doing the family? Are we just doing a group of people?
Let's do... This is going to start off from... whose perspective should this be?
Well, obviously it's got to be the first victim.
Ooh.
Because that's how that's the first victim. So in my mind, the first victim is always a girl. Right? That tends to be the stereotypical horror movie.
Okay.
So let's up the creep factor a lot. It's not a girl. It's a kid.
Okay.
All right? Kid sitting there doing some kid things, playing on the Xbox or no, fuck that. He's doing old school toys, like playing with Legos or Connect blocks.
Hold on. He's playing with his G.I. Joes in the dirt.
Yeah.
What every boy should be doing.
That's right. G.I. Joe's in the dirt. So it's daytime.
Daytime,
not nighttime, because nighttime is when creepy stuff happens. But the unsettling moment of daytime, he's playing, and you just see a shadow from behind him.
Maybe the shadow pans past the camera.
Yeah.
That's what you see.
Like whoop.
Yeah. Darkness
whoosh.
comes across the camera.
The kid stops, looks up for a second.
Then it's a news report.
Of a missing kid. A news report, cut to a news report of the mom.
Correct.
Outside, standing in front of the child's dirt play area.
One of his toys is still there.
Well, obviously. It's left as a clue.
So one of the...
It's turned upside down, head in the sand. Because that's where they find the body later in the movie.
No.
In a sand pit.
Do they...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the clue he left. He turned the G.I. Joe upside down. The killer left. Turned the G.I. Joe upside down. And later in the movie, half an hour in, we don't see it. We just hear a news report, boy found. And it's like his head was covered in sand and he was buried like the G.I. Joe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So that's how they find the boy. So the story is told through the boy's eyes?
Well, no, that
that's
opening scene. That was the opening scene. Was like so it's camera close up, G.I. Joe's 2 little fingers, pew 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 pew. Slowly pans back, shows kid's face, 5 to 8 years old, dirt, sweaty, outside playing, pew pew. I'll get you, Cobra. Ah. Shadow crosses. Yeah. He stops. Like he turns, and as he turns, he twists the toys to look too, because that's what kids do.
Yeah.
And then cut to TV
News.
screen.
Yep.
Mom crying, and the TV screen is when we roll our credits. That's when the credits, news report is that's when the credits roll. They roll across.
Yep.
Starring so and so, directed by, written by.
Okay.
All that rolls across the bottom news feed, and the title is there. Whatever the title of this movie is on the news thing. That's a creative way to do the title screen.
That'd be a fun way to do the title screen. Okay, so first victim goes.
Mm-hmm. Now we meet our main characters.
So one of them obviously is one of the detectives investigating it. Clearly,
young detective.
Got something to prove.
Just fresh out, just past detective's exams.
Okay.
All right, so he's there, and younger, dating, not married, no family. He's on that verge of putting his career above everything else.
I want one of the things that this guy says, because he is hellbent on finding this boy, because they don't know that he's dead yet.
Right? No, he's just missing.
On finding this boy within that first 24 to 48 hours, whatever it takes.
Right.
He's like, it's not too late. It's not too late.
It's never. 48 hours. 24, 48 hours is his time frame.
Okay.
So, and he's been on the verge now. Like since he's taken the detective career, he's on the verge of putting his career above his relationship. So there's that strain there. This kid missing just puts that over the edge. We'll say the girlfriend.
He starts obsessing.
Yeah, he starts like it's. Yeah.
It consumes him.
Exactly. What's going on here. And as we're following the detective, we meet, the other casting characters like his friends who play a big part in the movie later on down the road. They start piling up as victims.
Okay. So it's going to start to center around this detective all
Well, yeah. If he's the antagonist, it's got to center around him.
Protagonist.
Yeah. And the antagonist knows the detective.
Maybe we don't. Hold on. Maybe there's not a main character.
Maybe it's just boom.
This is told through the eyes of a couple of people in suburbia here.
So we're just going on the journey.
We're going on the journey.
Okay. So then the next cast and crew, let's do something that's not done a lot. Let's hit our audience.
Okay.
Let's hit the nerds.
Okay.
Like one of the main characters, comic book reader, loves games.
Okay.
Maybe he owns a comic shop or a game store.
So we've got a guy that owns a local comic shop.
Uh-huh.
Small little place in a strip mall.
And this character, he or she is our character, the link to the force behind all of this. So the detective is hitting it from the human angle. This is a human.
Okay.
He's going to hit it from in this town, in this suburban, all this stuff always happens, da-da-da-da-da,
I thought this was the start of everything. It hasn't happened before.
Oh, I assume that it had. That's why the unseen force was always present. Like things kind of happen in this town.
Okay, but we don't understand it. Okay.
We don't understand. Like it's just he's like, yeah, it makes sense. And he goes, 3 years ago, da 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 da.
The detective's new to town.
Right, the detective is new. Like transfer.
Did not grow up here.
Nope.
This is the job that he got.
Right, and the detective and the comic book guy will never meet in the story.
Never.
Never.
I do want them to cross paths.
Like no, like they will pass each other, but they will never introduce themselves to each other.
Okay.
There will never be a conversation between these two characters, because at the end of the movie, the goal is to have the audience walk out going, "It was a human? No, it was this force."
Okay.
So let's leave that vague.
We're gonna leave it open.
We're gonna leave that open to where you have evidence that says it was a human killer, but you also have evidence that says it was this force.
Okay.
And that way the movie can continue after you're done watching it.
Next victim is
completely unrelated.
A mother.
Interesting.
It's a mother.
Okay.
You see her taking groceries in. Okay. She's got a pumpkin seed in one hand.
It's Halloween.
Some groceries in the other.
Okay.
No, when I say pumpkin seed, I mean with her baby in it.
Oh, the baby.
With the baby in it.
Okay.
Her husband arrives. You see the shadow pass again, because that's going to be our thing.
Right.
You see the shadow pass. She turns.
Husband pulls up. Front door open. Groceries sitting perfectly planted outside. Like in the bag. Like she didn't drop the groceries.
No. The bag was set at the front door because she tried to get in after the shadow pass.
Right.
You see a small panic. She's like, what? She looks, goes, sets the pumpkin seat down, sets the groceries down so that she can get into the door.
Okay.
Next thing we have, husband pulling up to the house.
Okay.
Baby sitting outside. Groceries sitting outside.
All right.
News report.
Husband. Oh, would it be interesting if the detective was watching the news report?
No, because he gets called.
Well, yeah, he gets called. Like I picture
he's gonna get called before the news report.
He's sitting there and he gets that phone call, but he's just pining over this kid. And he's going over evidence, and his girlfriend's in the background, just making dinner or something.
Okay.
She's in the background making dinner, and the phone rings, and he looks down and he answers it, and he goes, "What?"
Okay.
And he just hangs up the phone. He slides it over, making space for this new case that's going to consume his life.
His girl hears him get off the phone. What is it, baby?
He says nothing. He just gets up and goes.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. another missing person.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on.
I have a little thing here.
What?
A little teaser for the audience.
Okay.
For us, a red herring possibly. You notice like when he's talking to the girlfriend when she's cooking, a box that is sitting on the counter was one of the boxes in the grocery bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And that could be anything.
It could be. It could be a box of mac and cheese. That's what it is. There was a Velveeta mac and cheese sitting on top, and now there's mac and cheese at this place.
Maybe that's how that scene to his apartment starts.
Mm-hmm.
The camera looks into the grocery bag. You look at this thing of Velveeta.
No, that's too obvious.
Okay.
Like you just want to make sure the Velveeta is like as she's walking, Velveeta, you can see the Velveeta.
I'm thinking you zoom into the Velveeta. Hold on, just listen. You zoom into the Velveeta in the bag, and then as you zoom out of it, the camera turns. It's his girlfriend cooking.
Oh, yeah, but that's how you cut to a scene. This is like if you do it this way, it's more like maybe the girlfriend's the one behind this.
Okay, fair enough. And
that's where we want this is when the audience starts thinking a little subconsciously about two people missing, and she doesn't act surprised when he says another missing person. She just goes back to cooking.
Okay, he gets up and leaves.
Yeah.
So he goes to his work. He arrives at the scene. What?
The husband is just sitting there, and sitting there. The baby's still there. The baby's fine.
And this detective is convinced because most of the time when it's a spouse, it's a spouse.
Right.
It's the spouse.
Well, and he turns and he asks the spouse, "Hey, have you been drinking lately?" And the spouse goes, "Well, I did come home from the Red Dragon Inn."
So guys, you can go to slugfestgames.com/ETG for a little bit more information on games like Red Dragon Inn,
The Battle for Greyport,
High Noon Saloon,
Fishing for Terrorists.
So guys, for some awesome games or for some awesome swag, go to slugfestgames.com/ETG for a little more info.
Just a little more.
So you can smell alcohol in the husband's breath.
Yeah, exactly. So you smell alcohol, he's been drinking. The detective instantly thinks it's him.
Of course.
So now he starts thinking, then he turns, he's like, "Where were you the other day?" And putting two and two together. They walk in, and like, at this moment, when the husband's like...
not where were you the other day. Not because he's not going to put this together yet. This is a missing wife case. You don't know if the wife's cheating.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, as they're having their confrontation, if you will, they're having their confrontation, a Flatfoot comes out. "Detective, you need to see this."
Okay.
And it's drawn like a child's drawing. And it's a picture of a woman. And she's in a... How do we want him to find the body?
Hold on. It's body in the sand, head out.
Okay, so that's his calling card now?
Because the kid had his head in the sand.
Right, but I was thinking maybe that if we're going with some force, like if this is where you want to take it, that's awesome.
Okay, hold on. No. We can do it as a force then.
Like if it was a force, then it would be a different thing, and maybe this is like a ritual.
Okay.
That's trying to be completed. So, upside down in the sand, maybe this is, I don't know how you want to find...
Laid out in the middle of a circle.
Okay. So we know. So okay, yeah, it's drawn like a kid,
and
like
you see
really bad kid
you see
drawing.
That the chest is open.
Okay. Like there's just like you just see like red in the middle of the chest because a kid drew it.
Yeah.
Like a kid drew it, so it's scratched really bad red.
Oh, maybe.
And black eyes.
Maybe it's carved in. No.
No, we want the Flatfoot to cut like in my mind, like because we'll never see how the policeman found this. It was hung on the fridge like a kid, like you would hang your kid's artwork.
Okay.
Like in my mind, that's how it was found. It was hung on the fridge. So when the detective brings it out, it's like he took it from the fridge. Like the Flatfoot is like, "Detective, you need to see this."
Okay, and then, so you need to see this. He presents the drawing to the sheriff, and the sheriff says, "Do you guys have any other kids?"
And he's like, "No." Exactly. And that takes that break from that argument that we're going into with the husband and the detective accusing to its, "Do you have any other kids?" "No." "Why?" And then the detective takes it, doesn't show him, and goes, "Okay, finish giving your statement."
People you're gonna go in for questioning,
right.
Blah blah blah. it's standard protocol.
Right. Now he knows that. Now he's starting to realize this is not a missing wife. Like, the husband didn't do this. The wife didn't run off. She's actually in danger. And you notice before he left the apartment, he moved on the coffee table. He moved the kid stuff to the side, making room for this new case that he's taking home with him. So now you've got this totally, just like you see, and the killer, the thing, the
whatever
it is starting to take over his life.
Okay. So
cut to the comic guy. Now we're gonna talk about the comic guy. Comic guy sees the thing, and you know, I picture him like sitting around like at a D&D table, like they're playing D&D, and he starts talking. He's running him through this adventure. That sounds very much
like what's going on.
Like what's going on in this town.
We get an Easter egg.
Yeah.
He describes what's going to happen with the next victim.
Right. He like the adventuring party stumbles upon, like is trying to stop a cult from doing something or something like that. A kobold, and he describes verbatim
these 2 murders that we don't know are murders yet, and then he describes the third.
Right.
And the third is
going to be a old man, high powered. So maybe a political figure. Maybe political figure is a little too. Maybe a business leader. Someone in the community, like it's a smaller town, it's suburban.
So highly respected. Maybe an attorney.
Maybe
a sitting judge.
Something like that. Or I was thinking, he just owns a very popular place in town. You know, everyone knows him. He's kind of just the guy. You know how like there's mayors and stuff, but there's those town celebrities.
So this guy owns a few different franchises, and he owns the biggest
widget factory in town.
Okay.
Because it doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, he owns a large factory.
Like, we meet him.
He employs a portion of the population.
Right. We meet him at a ribbon cutting ceremony for some hospital wing he's donating a bunch of money to. Okay. So he cuts, ribbon, blah, blah, blah. Cut. So he shakes hands. He goes back to his office where there's brandy and a cigar, and he lights his cigar, and all of a sudden you realize this guy's like, he picks up the phone, he's calling, he's talking some shit. You know, he's not really a good guy because
he's a businessman.
Right? So he talks about laying people off, and he doesn't care, all that stuff.
No, I think we gotta like him.
We gotta like him.
All
right.
So, I know it's not necessarily financially viable, but we can't start doing layoffs now.
Okay.
Half the town is employed.
Okay.
At this factory.
Okay, so we like him. He hangs up the phone. Shadow crosses.
Yep.
Now this is like a day or two past the wife. So the detective has had a couple days to, and maybe before we meet this and this happens, we see the detective on the trail, asking questions. Do that police work that we never really see in movies.
Okay.
Like, that'd be neat. Like him
interviewing
people, walking around.
It comes out in interviews that every so often, every few years, we'll call it every 12 years.
I like 13.
Then we'll go 13. Every 13 years,
that
people start to show up missing.
Okay.
It comes in sets of 5.
I like to think. Hold on. No, because my thought is like things have always happened that's been weird in this town, but it's never a pattern that anyone can discern.
Okay.
The fact is that because something stops whatever's happening from completing its goal.
Okay.
So that's what the detective's here to do. And maybe through this, they talk about, and it doesn't have to be deaths. It could just be, people got really sick this year, and it wasn't until the doctor did this, and unfortunately the doctor died.
Okay.
Finding the cure for this or treating this. So maybe that's it. The ultimate sacrifice is the sacrifice of oneself.
Okay.
To save the day.
Okay.
Okay. Now while he's doing this, we have the chance for a little bit of jump scares. We set that tone. It starts getting darker. Like the movie at this point, like it's been brightly lit from the first killing. The second killing, maybe it was great, like cloudy.
We haven't seen the killings yet. We haven't even seen the
shadows
yet.
The shadows. Like maybe the second time it was just a little cloudy. It wasn't as bright. But now the movie's just dark.
Okay.
Like we were changing how the movie's being shot.
He's manic.
Yeah, it's just dark.
Well, and he's manic. He's at his house. The energy's different.
Mm-hmm.
The energy's different.
The girlfriend though is still the same.
She's centered.
Yeah, she's still the same. but he has changed. Like he's hit dead end after dead end after dead end, and then he gets that phone call. We found little Timmy, and we like he's there and he gets that phone call, and you see him. He just sits back and throws the papers, like just shoves them off.
Okay.
They found little Timmy, and he just breaks down at that moment. Like he realizes all the work that just did not save this person's life.
Okay.
And then we see how Timmy was found.
Okay.
Head in the sand. And the thing is, his body's not broken, but he's straight up. Just like that G.I. Joe was.
Okay.
So he's straight up. And now the detective realized,
he put it together.
We don't see it.
He knows. It clicks.
It clicks.
Click.
And then he starts going, shit. And at that moment, that's when the businessman happens.
Okay.
Okay, so then the businessman comes. Now, the shadow comes across, businessman disappears. What happens to the businessman? We kind of have a wife already like cut in half here.
Opened up.
Kid
with his head in the sand.
So we have the eyes, we have the heart.
The tongue.
Okay, so the business. Okay.
Okay. So in the businessman's office, he has one of those normal. You see him all the time. It's a skull in a jar.
Okay.
Okay. He just thought it was kind of fun.
Right.
The lower jaw's missing.
Okay.
And you can see it's clear. Somebody lifts up the top part, sets it down next to it. Lower jaw's gone.
Okay. So now we know that's how we're going to find him. Because now we've let our audience know that there's clues around for how these people are going to be found.
Correct.
And maybe we cut back. Let's go back for a second. Maybe we go that scene where he finds the drawing on the fridge. Maybe not. Maybe a Flatfoot doesn't bring it out. Maybe they're sitting in the kitchen, and he is staring at the fridge. Like the
That's
fridge
where
is,
he's talking to the husband.
He's talking to the husband in the kitchen, and the husband's behind him.
Yeah, and he looks.
And he looks up for a second. He looks up. And he goes, "Do you have any other kids?" And the husband's like, "No." And he goes, "Okay, well, let's go in." And that we see, it's always there in the background.
He plays it back in his mind.
Right.
Okay, so he walks himself back through it. It's in a haze. It's almost it's that graying. There's still color, but it's that gray.
See, I don't want to. I don't want to do that
in his brain when he's going through.
No, because where my argument is, and what we had a couple episodes ago, is now we're just reinforcing what the audience should have already picked up.
Okay.
Like we've left the clues there.
Okay. Fair enough.
They're all on screen. They've all been seen.
Okay.
The clues are there. Let's not retrace it. Maybe until the very end if we have to. Cut back to the comic shop guy. Now, all of a sudden, someone he knows doesn't show up. Like it's a Wednesday. A regular doesn't show up.
Wednesdays when new comics come out.
Right. So a regular doesn't like he's got the pool ready for him, and he's already read the issues that he knows he's going to want to talk about.
Yep.
So he's ready, and the guy never shows.
He calls him.
Doesn't answer.
Straight to voicemail.
Yep. So now he has some skin in the game.
So who's the next phone call?
After that? Like who does he call after that?
He doesn't call anybody.
He doesn't call the cops.
No, he can't call the cops because he doesn't know. The guy could be sick.
Yeah, he doesn't know. It's just a regular customer.
But he doesn't really miss. It's right. Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. It's odd. What if? And then, all right. So now we've built up the case here.
Mm-hmm.
We find the woman's body. I like to think that actually we don't get the phone call. Like we do with the boy, it's the detective actually finds the body.
Oh.
Like something just like he's thinking about the picture that's drawn. Something in the picture. He's like, okay.
There's 3 trees in the picture.
And he's like, wait, blah 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 blah.
It's at a nearby park.
Right, and he goes there. He finds the woman's body. Okay.
He makes the phone call.
I like to think maybe. Oh, here we go. The comic book guy finds the rich guy, the one guy. Maybe the regular that was missing was his son, our daughter.
Oh,
didn't show up, and that could be why. It could be
they're looking for dad.
They're looking for dad, right? So obviously, it'd go to voicemail. They're busy talking to cops and everything.
Yeah.
So
it rings once and then goes to voicemail.
Right.
It got ignored.
Right. So the comic book guy finds him.
Where does he find him?
that's kind of where I'm stuck. Maybe.
So the comic book guy, you see him on his. He walks to work. He doesn't live that far away.
No.
He lives in a nearby apartment.
Right.
It's a few blocks. He has an alley that he normally cuts through.
Okay, and he finds
perched up, standing up, leaning against.
with no lower jaw.
No lower jaw.
And he calls the cops. Now, this is where the detective and the comic book guy are going to cross paths.
Correct, because he's going to be interviewed.
But they're never going to talk to each other. Like, his statement is interviewed strictly to an off-duty police officer. So you'll see the detective. Like, now, the detective runs into the scene, rolls up, comes in, starts taking notes, starts asking questions. And in the background, you see comic book guy being interviewed by a Flatfoot.
Perfect.
And they're like, okay, you can go, sir. We'll be in touch if we need you. And he's like, okay. And he walks off. And now he's thinking, and he's remembering his D&D session.
Okay.
And he knows in his D&D session, the son of this guy played in this session too.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So now you've got that, and all this time while this is all going on, while these cases are incorporating and encompassing and overflowing the detectives' lives, you see the girlfriend not change. She's never shocked. She's never like, oh my God, you need to go. It's all like, okay.
And we don't have any background on her.
No, we don't.
None.
No. So now we've got two possible suspects for what's going on here.
Okay.
Let's bring it home.
Bringing it home.
Let's bring it home.
Okay.
And in the meantime, like we've also like built up the fact that this town has some creepy stuff going on that through the history on both sides, comic book guy, detective guy, and now we've got detective guy kind of leaning more towards it might not be a person, and comic book guy going it's this guy. So they're trying to mash their stories together and try to figure out what's going on.
It's nighttime.
Right.
Okay.
It has to be.
It's nighttime. There is a close to the comic shop. Because it's in like this really nice strip mall. It's a brick building.
All the cops are out now.
All the cops are out now.
Like they're making their rounds like extra hard.
Yeah, because
overtime is not an issue.
They think it's a serial killer.
Right, it's a serial killer. It's three deaths.
Has to be a serial killer, but there's no MO.
Right.
Everybody was so different.
It's different. The way the bodies are done are differently. It's not like they can discern any pattern.
Oh, I've got a good ending. I just have to get there.
Let's get there then.
So the detective is losing his shit.
Yeah. His girlfriend now he comes home and his girlfriend's not there. Like she's just gone. He opens up like he goes to her room, like couple clothes are missing, but it's not like
nothing is missing.
Like she's just gone.
Nothing's missing.
Okay.
Okay. No clothes are missing.
Okay.
No note. No text. He tries to call her because he's worried.
Right. He thinks, oh my God.
Yeah. I'm too close to this is what he's thinking.
Right. And there's no evidence. Like, so he starts tearing up his apartment looking for evidence. It's now a crime scene.
He's blowing her phone up.
He doesn't find any. And she's just gone.
He's blowing her phone up straight to voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
No rings, nothing. I'm trying to think to where to go next with this.
Well, he's going out looking for her now. Like
he makes the call
to
work. Hey,
I don't think he does.
No, he does. She's not home.
I get that. I think he just goes looking for her at this point.
Okay,
because there's no clues. Like unlike the other murders,
yeah, she could be going to the grocery store or something.
So he can't, and he knows that what the boys in blue are doing now are doing all that.
And there's nothing saying that she was killed in any particular
exactly.
way.
So it's a waste of a phone call. Like in his mind, he feels something's there.
Okay.
But he knows he can't call. So he goes out. He grabs his gun and he goes looking for her.
Gun, badge. He takes his badge off the kitchen counter. Goes out. You see him go out to the car. He's walking at a very quick pace. Mm-hmm. He's frantic.
He might be muttering like fuck under his breath or something like that.
Gets in the car, slams the door. Not a regular shut. Slams the door.
Bam.
Starts driving. Cuts to the comic shop owner. Okay. Comic shop owner is looking through his game notes.
Okay.
The killer or force.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's killing in his story. Does this in threes. It always happens in threes in the story.
Okay.
It's a ritual.
Okay. And the only way to stop the ritual is to...
Your eyes are the window to your heart.
Right.
Your tongue professes that which is on your heart.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so that's eyes, tongue, heart.
Okay. So he's running this through his mind. This is he's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Somebody's trying to summon something. He thinks of the last session that he played and the character interaction when they came to the big bad.
Okay.
Okay. When they were trying to stop this ritual and how they went about stopping it.
And the only way to stop it was for one of the party members to sacrifice themselves. Because that's what we've led with the back of the backstory for the policeman.
Correct.
Is self-sacrifice is the way to do it.
So, the comic book owner gets his notes.
Okay.
Gets all of his notes. Walks outside, gets in his car.
He knows where to go.
He knows where to go. Starts driving.
Okay.
He pulls up to, we'll call it a park.
Okay, now, I kind of want to cut you off here for one quick second.
Shoot.
All right, so since we're going to leave this up to the viewer's imagination of what really is happening, is it the Force or not? Let's have the cop meet the human aspect, the killer, if you will.
Okay.
Maybe the killer does have his girlfriend. Maybe the killer is the girlfriend. We'll get to that in a second. But the comic book guy is strictly about stopping the rituals.
The Force, yeah.
Right. So he's going to sacrifice. So the comic book guy is sacrificing himself. Whatever happens to the detective happens to the
detective.
Right. So that way, at the end of the movie, we can say, "Oh no, it was that guy," or "Oh no, the comic book guy is really the hero." You get what I'm saying there?
We don't have a cut and dry.
Yeah, we don't. Both exactly.
So we know they're both dead.
We know they're both dead. So who was it? Who was behind it?
So, detective.
Mm-hmm.
Next scene that you see him in, he's stopping at a gas station.
Okay.
Her car's there.
Okay.
There's nobody in the gas station. No clerk, nothing. And she's standing at the counter, emotionless. There's nothing in her.
Okay.
And she said, "Have I got your attention now?"
Oh, cut to comic book guy.
Correct.
Cut to comic book guy in the park, doing the game, the ritualistic D&D summoning that he knows is required to draw this force here, knowing that only pure blood, the blood of the righteousness, can stop this. And you see him, he's chanting, he's doing it. He's got 2 D20s in his hand because hey, you're a gamer, When starts.
He asks himself, or he says, 10 or higher, it's a go.
Right, and he rolls it, and as it stops at an 8. And then the wind gust. He goes, okay, it's not a go. The wind gust rolls the dice over.
14.
Right. He's like, oh, shit.
No, 13.
Yeah, shit. Now I got to do this. So he starts doing this, and in the background we see the shadow.
Okay.
Like the shadow comes across the camera as he starts the summoning.
Okay.
Okay. So that's going on over there. Cut back to the detective.
Okay, so what do you mean you've got my attention? Well, I've wanted it. I haven't had it. You're not here. And even when you're here, you're not here. You're so wrapped up in this job. She's like, you're new. What do you have to prove?
And then the shadow passes over there. Because the shadow has to pass in both scenes.
Shadow has to pass in both scenes.
And she starts talking about the specifics that she wouldn't know of the case.
Okay.
Okay? Like how the body was found of the woman. Like what was used to cut the chest open.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to pry somebody's chest open?
Stuff like that.
And he's like, you see him start to sink.
As he slowly, as he draws, he's sinking, but he's pulling his gun out because he's still
his heart's sinking.
His heart's sinking, but he knows this is what he has to do. And then the comic book guy is doing that. Like all of a sudden, it's gusty and it's windy and it's so dark that the only thing we see, he has a little light, like a lighter that's lighting his face, and he's trying to read.
He's got his phone out.
Right.
Using his phone to light up this
and
book.
It's blowing all over the place, and it's windy, and you hear cracks and whips and like demonic noises.
Silence.
And then, okay.
Everything stops. His phone screen goes blank.
Okay. How does he kill himself?
You hear it.
Oh, he went samurai style. So, here's what I like to think. I think that as he goes, you hear a gunshot in the distance.
Yep.
It's like at the same time. And you see both, like silhouetted, both the girlfriend and the comic book guy falling at the same time.
Girlfriend doesn't die.
Oh, detective kills himself?
Detective pulled out his gun and shot himself.
Why did he shoot himself, though?
He loves this girl. He can't kill her. He can't take her in.
Okay, but that
she actually is the apple of his eye.
But that doesn't stop. But that doesn't stop the human aspect. Because now, if the argument is the human can still, the girl can still go out and kill.
Okay, fair enough.
He has to kill her. That's his sacrifice.
Fair enough. So yeah, he gives up the one that he loves.
Okay. The comic book guy was the ritualistic sacrifice. The detective he had a choice. I could be a detective, what I've wanted to be my entire life, or I can be her boyfriend. And
it goes back to the detective. He's standing there, smoking gun in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Walks around the cash till.
Mm-hmm.
Sees that there's actually nobody in this gas station.
Yeah,
because he's thinking maybe she killed the fucking gas station attendant.
There was nobody.
Nobody's there.
Yeah, and then he sets his badge on the counter. Credits roll. Done.
Boom. Horror movie for you guys. If you have not already, go to cloud9comicsandmore.com. You can get your CGC graded books. If you've got a hole in your collection, you can fill it there. If you are just looking for some fun, nerdy swag, Cloud9 Comics and More has got you covered. You can also get original movie posters, a Buddy Christ plush doll, basically whatever you want. And if you are looking to unload some of your geeky stuff because you need to move or you just need some extra cash, they're always buying and never disappointing. And you're going to call and speak with Paul Gubney. And that phone number is 314-691-2864.
And guys, when you're done shopping to your heart's content, head on over to entertainthegeeky.com. There you'll find all of our social medias. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you love. Let us know what you hate. Also, after viewing this, please comment below and tell us how we could have made this movie better, because we probably could have.
Probably. And who did it?
Who did it? Yeah. You guys, who was the one behind it? Was it an evil, malevolent force?
Was it the girlfriend?
Or was it both?
Ooh. So guys, as always, stay geeky.